What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so Gilbert Arenas is whining again, talking about how, I guess, Jordan fans or LeBron critics, we're holding LeBron to a standard that we didn't hold Michael Jordan to. I mean, I guess that's who he's talking about because the mainstream media is nothing but pro LeBron. So I don't really know exactly what he's whining about, but I guess he's talking about us over here. All right. So recently, I guess he was on Gil's Arena. Gilbert sparked a heated debate regarding the double standards that he perceives and how the NBA community views LeBron James at age 40 compared to Michael Jordan at the same stage in his career. Speaking on Gil's Arena, yeah, it was his show. Agent Zero passionately defended James, pointing out the hypocrisy and expectations placed on the Lakers star who continues to perform at an elite level in his 22nd NBA season. He said, quote, "We have seen MJ when he was with the Wizards and he was putting up 20 points per game. That was impressive. He's not looking like LeBron, but I'm talking about it was impressive then too. The best 40-year-old that played was LeBron. The second best was MJ. They didn't expect anything from MJ. They were just so happy to see a 40-year-old go out there and average 20. Why is they putting so much effort on trying to tear LeBron down for just playing at 40 like we're pretending he's 20? Well, maybe it has something to do with the fact that only one of these two guys calls themselves constantly the GOAT. Always using king emojis, always referencing himself as, or people around him, as the best player in the history of the game. So since he's the best player in the history of the game, and since I always hear his sycophants, including you, say that he's better than Michael Jordan, and I've constantly heard you guys say, well, Michael wasn't doing this into year 17. He didn't even play in year 17. LeBron is in year 18. Jordan didn't even make it to year 18. Jordan, he quit after 15 seasons. Jordan quit twice. He's been playing blah, 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 blah. And I've always heard you guys say, LeBron looks better at age 40 than Mike does. So therefore, since Michael Jordan quit basketball for 3 years, gained 50 pounds, wasn't even playing competitive basketball. The NBA changed in that 3-year period. New stars arrived, teams changed. He went to a totally different team, a totally different system, a different coach than what he was accustomed to for a whole decade in Chicago, right? Had to get in shape, lost a lot of his athletic ability because he got so out of shape, plus the attrition of age. Plus playing in a more physical era with real defense, right? In a slower pace. And he put up 20 points per night. That in itself was impressive. But it wasn't so much that we went out there expecting Michael Jordan to be Michael Jordan because we were realistic. We knew that Michael Jordan was older. He wasn't even the same Michael in the second three-peat. We were just excited to see Michael Jordan play because we love Michael Jordan. We love his flair. We love what he represented for the game. And to be honest with you, a lot of us Michael Jordan fans felt cheated out of seeing a proper swan song for Michael. Because Gilbert, you fucking goofball, to this day, a lot of us still are pissed off at Jerry Krause for breaking up that team. Jerry Krause created a domino effect by firing Phil Jackson ultimately. I mean, he didn't fire him, but by saying that was going to be his last year, I mean, Phil was gone, which meant that was going to be Mike's last year, which meant that he was going to retire, which meant that team was going to be broken up. So Jordan didn't really get that proper swan song because officially it wasn't his last year, but kind of unofficially it was. So he didn't really get a real proper send off. And we hope like hell that somehow that team would still stay together, even though we knew it was going to be it. Thus, why it was called The Last Dance. So him going back to the Wizards was kind of a way for him in that last 2-year agreement for him to get that proper send off. It was really us getting to see Michael Jordan for one last time, even though it was a faded Jordan. And we never pretended like that was the real actual key peak guy. On the other hand, the media still tries to promote LeBron James and try to pass him off as if he's still in his prime. You talking about, oh, you gotta act like he's still 20. Y'all promote him like he's still 25. How in the hell was he on the NBA.com rankings rated higher as a player than Anthony Davis? What universe are you in? What parallel? Who the fuck, as far as those who came up with their rankings, what members got into a goddamn DeLorean and went back in time to 2014 to create that stupid list to put him as the 7th best player in the NBA? You must be smoking crack. So I'm sorry. You guys keep promoting this guy day after day, promoting this sorry, mediocre-ass team day after day. I don't remember the NBA on NBC, or I think it's last year at the very least. I don't remember with the Wizards. I don't remember the NBA on ABC. I don't remember NBA pundits constantly focusing on the Wizards, what they could do to improve, how we can get Michael Jordan his 7th ring. What do the Wizards got to do? We just enjoy the ride. And also, because Michael Jordan realized that the game was in great hands with Kobe Bryant, with Shaquille O'Neal, with Allen Iverson, with Tracy McGrady, with Vince Carter, with all of the great stars, Tim Duncan, a young Dirk Nowitzki, Steve Nash, the game was in great hands. So he wasn't a selfish, self-centered, entitled, petulant, spoiled man-child who didn't want to share a spotlight with anybody else and refuses to hand the baton over to the next generation. That's why Michael Jordan, to this day, is still beloved by millions of fans. And while LeBron fans, deluded and is struggling to find the right word to say that's YouTube friendly, stupid as they are, outside of them, that's why LeBron doesn't get the same love. He knows it. That's why in his own city, in Cleveland, a couple years ago, Jordan got a louder reception than he did. And I know that burned him. So that might have something to do with it. Because if he's so great, LeBron James, and since he gets so much attention, then we want to see him be able to take a team to the promised land. Since you guys say, how much can LeBron, what can we expect him to carry? It's just funny. Just a couple weeks ago, we saw Richard Jefferson fix his funny looking ass face to get on TV and talk about how can we expect LeBron to carry this team? Seriously? So since he can carry a team the way y'all put it, he's carrying his team. LeBron needs help. Well, apparently he is in his prime. Y'all can't have it both ways. You can't sit there whenever he has one of these great stat-packed performances, just a great performance via stat padding against bad teams. You can't sit there and say, oh, man, we've never seen anything before like this. This guy's 40 years old and playing like he's 23. Oh, man, you see that dunk the other day? Jordan never did that, right? You can't sit there and say that, right? And then on the other hand, when expectations rise, say, oh, but he's only 40. Because then you're building you create a built-in excuse for him to fail all the time. Nope. Not to mention the fact that, you know, there's still the allegations out there. That still puts an asterisk by a lot of stuff with some of us. Still puts a lot of asterisks by a lot of these performances. I'm just saying, there was no doubt in our mind that Michael Jordan was physically diminishing, but he still went out there and competed against players who were 15 to 20 years younger than him with no chemical enhancements. And by the way, I've said this time and time again. If you look at the average field goal percentage when Jordan was playing, you look at the lack of offensive firepower he was playing with on that team. When you look at the fact that he didn't have shooters on his squad, you look at the slower pace of play. If you put those numbers in today's game, he's doing exactly what LeBron's doing. Matter of fact, his numbers look better than LeBron. What's LeBron average, like 24? If you put Michael Jordan's last season numbers into this league, he'd be averaging like 27, 28. But, that's too complex for simpletons. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's all I got to say about it. Tell me what you guys think.